Your first crypto purchase, the only guide you'll ever need. Alright, so you're thinking about diving into the world of cryptocurrency, maybe buying your first Bitcoin, Ethereum, or one of those other fancy digital coins you've been hearing so much about. That's awesome. Seriously, taking that first step can feel a bit like jumping into the deep end, but trust me, with a little bit of guidance, it's way less complicated than it sounds. A lot of people get scared off by the jargon or the horror stories, but getting started on the right foot is all about having a clear plan and understanding the basics. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. I get it, you've probably seen a million videos or articles, some telling you to mortgage your house for Dogecoin, please don't do that, and others making it sound like you need a PhD in computer science just to open an account. Forget all that noise. My goal here is to give you a super straightforward, no fluff, step-by-step walkthrough. We're going to cover everything from picking the right place to buy to actually making that purchase, and most importantly, how to do it all safely and without getting ripped off. This is the guide I wish I had when I first started. So, if you're ready to finally demystify crypto and make your first purchase, you're in the right place. We're going to break it all down, piece by piece. So by the end of this video, you'll not only have bought your first crypto, but you'll also feel confident about the entire process. Here's a full step-by-step guide to get you started safely and quickly. Grab a coffee, maybe a notepad, and let's get right into it. No more waiting on the sidelines, it's time to take action. Alright, first things first, before you can even think about what crypto to buy, you need to decide you're going to buy it. This is super important, kind of like choosing the right bank or brokerage account. You wouldn't just walk into any random building offering financial services, right? Same deal with crypto exchanges. There are a ton of them out there, and honestly, not all of them are created equal. You're looking for a platform that's reputable, secure, easy to use, and crucially, one that actually operates legally in your country. Don't just jump on the first one you see advertised by some influencer. Some of the big names you've probably heard thrown around are Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, and Crypto.com. These are generally considered some of the largest and most established players in the game, which usually means they have robust security measures and a wide variety of coins. Coinbase, for example, is often recommended for beginners because its interface is pretty clean and user-friendly, almost like a PayPal for crypto. It's very straightforward, and they've put a lot of effort into making the onboarding process smooth. However, their fees can sometimes be a little on the higher side if you're not using their advanced platform. Then you have Binance. This is a massive global exchange, probably the biggest by trading volume, and they offer a mind-boggling array of cryptocurrencies and trading features. If you're looking for some obscure altcoin, Binance might be the place. The flip side is that its sheer number of options can be overwhelming for a complete newbie. Their main platform is feature-rich, which is great for experienced traders, but could be a bit much if you're just trying to buy your first $100 of Bitcoin. They do have a light version which simplifies things though. Kraken is another solid choice, known for its strong security focus and good customer support. They've been around for a long time in crypto years, which is a good sign. They also offer a decent range of coins and features, sort of a middle ground between the simplicity of Coinbase and the complexity of Binance. Crypto.com is another platform that's been spending a lot on marketing. You've probably seen their ads. They offer a wide range of services, including a crypto debit card, which is pretty cool. Their app is quite slick, but again, always compare the fee structures. Okay, so you've picked your crypto exchange. Awesome! The next step, and this is something you pretty much can't avoid with any reputable platform, is verifying your identity. This is commonly known as KYC, which stands for Know Your Customer. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, why do I have to give them my personal information? Isn't crypto supposed to be anonymous? And that's a common misconception, especially when you're using centralized exchanges to buy crypto with traditional money like dollars or euros. The reality is, these platforms are financial institutions, or at least operate like them in many ways. Just like a bank needs to know who you are when you open an account to prevent things like money laundering or terrorist financing, crypto exchanges have similar obligations. They need to comply with anti-money laundering (AML) regulations and other financial laws in the jurisdictions they operate in. So KYC is basically their way of ticking those legal boxes and keeping things above board. It's actually a good sign if an exchange requires KYC, it means they're trying to be compliant. So what does this KYC process usually involve? It's typically pretty straightforward and, in most cases, can be completed quite quickly, sometimes in just a few minutes. You'll usually be asked to provide a few key pieces of information. This will almost certainly include your full legal name, date of birth, residential address, and sometimes your phone number or email for verification purposes. Pretty standard stuff, similar to signing up for many online services that handle money. Alright, you've chosen your exchange, you've gone through the KYC process, and you're officially verified. Give yourself a pat on the back, you're making great progress. Now comes the exciting part, actually getting some money into your exchange account so you can buy some crypto. You can't buy Bitcoin with good intentions, unfortunately. You need some actual cash, or fiat currency as it's called in the crypto world, like US dollars, euros, pounds, etc. This step is all about funding your account. Most exchanges offer a variety of ways to get your money in. The most common methods are usually linking your bank account for direct transfers, often called ACH transfers in the US, or SEPA in Europe, or using a debit card or credit card. Linking a bank account is often preferred for larger amounts because the fees might be lower, or sometimes even free, but it can take a few business days for the funds to clear and become available for trading, so a little patience might be required there. Using a debit card is typically much faster. Often the funds are available almost instantly. This is super convenient if you're eager to buy right away. However, be aware that buying crypto with a debit card can sometimes come with slightly higher fees compared to a bank transfer. And speaking of credit cards, while some exchanges do accept them, I generally advise caution here. Firstly, not all credit card issuers allow crypto purchases, and they might treat it as a cash advance, which comes with hefty fees and immediate interest. Secondly, buying volatile assets like crypto with borrowed money, which is what a credit card is generally a risky strategy, especially for beginners. Stick to debit or bank transfers if you can. Some platforms are also starting to embrace other payment methods like PayPal, and in some regions, you might even see options like Apple Pay or Google Pay. This is it! Your account is funded, and you're ready to make your first crypto purchase. Exciting stuff. Now, the first decision you'll face is what crypto to buy. For most beginners, Bitcoin, BTC, or Ethereum, ETH, are the common starting points. They are the two largest cryptocurrencies by market capitalization, have the longest track record, and are generally considered the blue chips of the crypto world. They are widely available on all major exchanges. Of course, there are thousands of other cryptocurrencies out there, often called altcoins. Some people are drawn to stablecoins like USDC or USDT, which are pegged to a fiat currency like the US dollar, and are designed to maintain a stable value. These can be useful for holding funds on an exchange or for use in DeFi applications, but they aren't typically what people buy for investment growth. For your very first purchase, keeping it simple with Bitcoin or Ethereum is often a sensible approach until you learn more about the wider market. Once you've decided which coin you want to buy, you'll need to navigate to the trading or buying section of the exchange. Most beginner-friendly platforms will have a very simple buy-sell interface. You'll select the cryptocurrency you want to buy, choose the fiat currency you want to pay with, and then enter the amount you want to purchase. You can usually specify this either in terms of the fiat amount, like buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, or the crypto amount, like buy 0.002 BTC. Now here's where you might encounter a couple of terms: market order and limit order. A market order is the simplest. When you place a market order, you're essentially saying, I want to buy this crypto right now at the best available current market price. It's usually executed almost instantly. This is what most beginners use, and it's perfectly fine for your first few purchases, especially if you're buying a relatively small amount of a liquid coin like Bitcoin. The price might fluctuate slightly from what you see on the screen to when the order executes due to something called slippage, but it's usually minimal for major coins. Chapter 5. Fort Knox, your crypto essential security. Don't skip this. Okay, so you've successfully bought your first crypto. That's a huge step, and you should be proud. But now we need to talk about something incredibly important: security. This isn't the most glamorous topic, but trust me, protecting your hard-earned crypto is just as crucial as buying it in the first place, if not more so. The crypto world, unfortunately, attracts its fair share of scammers and hackers, so you need to be vigilant. Don't let this scare you, just be aware and take some simple precautions. The very first thing you should do on your exchange account, if you haven't already during sign-up, is enable two-factor authentication, or 2FA. This is a non-negotiable, absolute must-do. What 2FA does is add an extra layer of security beyond just your password. So even if someone somehow gets your password, they still can't access your account without that second factor. This second factor is usually a time-sensitive code generated by an app on your phone like Google Authenticator or Authy, or sometimes a physical security key. Please, please, please do not rely on SMS-based 2FA if you have other options. SMS messages can be intercepted through SIM swapping scams, which are unfortunately quite common. Using an authenticator app is much more secure. Download Google Authenticator or Authy. I personally like Authy because it has backup options. Link it to your exchange account by scanning a QR code, and make sure to save the backup codes they give you in a very safe offline place. This is critical for recovering access if you lose your phone. Now let's talk about where you store your crypto. While exchanges have security measures, the old saying in crypto is not your keys, not your coins. When you keep your crypto on an exchange, you're essentially trusting the exchange to hold it for you, much like a bank holds your cash. For small amounts, or if you're actively trading, this might be acceptable for a short period. Chapter 6. Watching your crypto grow or shrink. Tracking and managing your portfolio. So you've bought your crypto and you've beefed up your security. What's next? Well, unless you're planning to just buy it and forget about it for 10 years, which is a valid strategy for some, you'll probably want to keep an eye on how your investment is doing. This is where portfolio tracking and management come in. You'll want to know the current value of your holdings, see your gains or losses, and maybe keep an eye on market trends. Most exchanges will show you your current portfolio value directly within your account. You'll see how much of each crypto you own and its current worth in your chosen fiat currency. This is fine for a quick glance, especially if you only use one exchange and only hold a few coins. However, if you start using multiple exchanges, or if you move some crypto to a personal wallet, or if you just want more detailed analytics, you might want to use a dedicated portfolio tracking app. There are some excellent apps and websites out there designed specifically for this. CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap are two of the most popular ones. Not only do they provide a wealth of information on thousands of cryptocurrencies, prices, charts, market caps, historical data, but they also have portfolio tracking features. Chapter 7. You did it. What's next on your crypto journey? And just like that, you've gone from crypto curious to a crypto owner. Seriously, take a moment to acknowledge that. You've navigated the sign-up, the verification, funding your account, making the purchase, and even thought about security and tracking. That's a lot of ground covered, and you've successfully made it through. This is a fantastic achievement, and you're now part of a global community exploring this exciting new technology and asset class. Welcome to the club. Think back to before you started this video. Maybe crypto seemed like this incredibly complex, impenetrable thing. Hopefully, by breaking it down step by step, you've seen that while there are certainly nuances and things to learn, the actual process of getting started isn't as daunting as it might have first appeared. The key is taking it one step at a time, doing your research and prioritizing safety. You've laid a solid foundation for whatever you choose to do next in the crypto space. So, what next? Well, that's entirely up to you and your financial goals. For many people, their first crypto purchase is just the beginning. You might decide to learn more about different cryptocurrencies, explore concepts like staking or DeFi, decentralized finance, or perhaps you'll adopt a strategy like dollar cost averaging, where you invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals regardless of the price. This can be a great way to build a position over time and mitigate the impact of volatility. The world of cryptocurrency is vast and constantly evolving. There's always something new to learn, which is part of what makes it so fascinating. I encourage you to continue your education. Outro. You're officially a crypto investor. Keep learning. So that's it, you've officially made your first crypto purchase. From choosing a platform all the way to actually hitting that buy button and thinking about security, you've covered all the essential bases. Hopefully this step-by-step guide made the whole process a lot clearer and less intimidating. Remember, everyone in crypto started with a first purchase, and you've just successfully navigated yours. That's a big deal, and it opens up a whole new world of possibilities and learning opportunities. The journey into cryptocurrency investing is an ongoing one. The markets are dynamic, technology is always evolving, and there's always more to discover. Keep that curiosity alive, continue to educate yourself from reliable sources, and always prioritize the safety and security of your investments. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And remember that patience and a long-term perspective are often your best allies in this space, especially given the volatility that can come with it. I really want to hear how it all went for you. What was your biggest takeaway? What coin did you decide to go with for your first buy? Drop a comment below and let me know about your experience. Your feedback is super valuable, and it helps others in the community too. And hey, if this video helped you out, please smash that like button, subscribe for more content just like this, and share it with anyone else you know who's looking to get started with crypto. Happy investing, and I'll see you in the next video.